Coco Taxi, out of all the unusual vehicles we've talked about, this one is my personal favorite. It's called the Coco Taxi. It's a uniquely shaped taxi from Cuba with a body made of fiberglass and designed like a rounded dome, almost like a giant coconut shell, which is where the name Coco comes from. Although to me, it actually looks more like a helmet. This vehicle is powered by a small 50 cubic centimeter motorcycle engine, just enough to carry 3 passengers through the streets of Havana. Because of the U.S. economic embargo on Cuba since 1962, the country lost access to most modern automotive technology. As a result, the Cuban government needed a low-cost vehicle for tourism that could be produced locally without relying on imported components. That's why the Coco Taxi was never marketed outside of Cuba. Monowheel. This vehicle was especially popular between the 1910s and 1930s. Its design is both strange and fascinating. It has only one wheel, and the rider sits inside it, similar to a hamster wheel. The wheel itself can reach up to 1.5 meters in diameter, roughly the size of a household door, with the engine mounted beneath the rider's seat. Even though it produces only around 50 horsepower, it was capable of reaching speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour on real roads. When the rider brakes suddenly, the wheel can stop, but the rear's body keeps moving forward, causing them to spin inside the wheel. As a result, the rider can end up rotating completely inside the loop, almost like clothes tumbling inside a washing machine. Cycle rickshaw. This is a traditional vehicle commonly used in developing countries like Bangladesh and Indonesia. You could think of it as a modified bicycle. It uses a 3-wheel design, 1 wheel in the front and 2 in the back, which support the attached passenger carriage. In a way, the concept is similar to a semi-truck, but applied to a bicycle. Its uses are quite versatile, from carrying passengers and delivering goods to handling both at the same time. The rear seating area is typically made of wood and reinforced with metal to strengthen the frame. Its speed depends entirely on the rear's stamina, since it still relies on pedaling like a regular bicycle. What's most interesting is that in Dhaka, Bangladesh, there are over 400,000 cycle rickshaws operating every single day, making it the city with the highest concentration of rickshaws in the world. BMW Isetta. This is the BMW Isetta, a very unusual car with its door located at the front. It was mass-produced by BMW in 1955 with the goal of providing an affordable and fuel-efficient vehicle in the post-World War II era. At just 1.4 meter wide, it's about the width of a bathroom door. Its engine is only 250 mm, similar to a small motorcycle. Yet, it's officially classified as a car. When you open the front door, the steering wheel and dashboard move along with it. But there's a catch. If you park too close to a wall, you might not be able to get out at all. This car is really only suitable for couples since it can carry just 2 people. Even so, this tiny vehicle played a crucial role in saving BMW from financial collapse. Dymaxion Car. It looks like something straight out of a SpongeBob episode, but this was real. It's called the Dymaxion Car, a vehicle shaped like a wheeled whale, measuring about 9 meters long, roughly the length of 2 modern SUVs lined up. It was created by Buckminster Fuller in 1933. At the time, the idea was considered crazy because both the design and the way it functioned were completely different from most cars of that era. While most cars steer from the front, this one did the opposite. The Dymaxion Car steered from the rear using a 3rd wheel at the back as its primary steering mechanism, allowing it to turn in extremely tight spaces. The car was also known for being highly fuel efficient. But back then, no company was interested in mass producing it. Today, what was once seen as a crazy idea is now recognized as a visionary design. Cavini C6W. Most supercars have 4 wheels, but this one is different. This is the Cavini C6W, an Italian supercar with 6 wheels, 4 in the front and 2 in the back. The idea was originally patented by Cavini in 1974, but it didn't become a real car until 2004 after 30 years of waiting for technology advanced enough to make it possible. Cavini became obsessed with safety after witnessing numerous high-speed accidents caused by front tire blowouts. With 4 front wheels, even if one tire fails, the car can still maintain control. The Cavini C6W is powered by a 4.22L Audi V8 engine producing 440 horsepower, enough to reach speeds of up to 300 km per hour with all 6 wheels working in perfect sync. This isn't just a prototype or a collector's item. It was actually sold to the public. If you're interested, be prepared to spend around $350,000. Rinspeed Scuba. This car was inspired by a James Bond scene where a vehicle drives into the water and transforms into a submarine. It's called the Rinspeed Scuba, the world's first electric car capable of driving on land, floating on water, and diving up to 10 meters beneath the surface. Frank Renderknecht, the founder of Rinspeed, acquired the rights to that Bond concept and spent years turning it into reality. Its physical design is highly unusual. It uses 3 electric motors, 1 for driving the wheels on land and 2 for powering underwater propellers. When it submerges, the cabin remains open with no roof, and the driver shifts into a position similar to a swimmer. In 2008, the Scuba was showcased at the Geneva Motor Show and was fully functional. However, no major car manufacturer showed interest in acquiring it simply because no one really knew who this kind of vehicle was meant to be sold to. Tango T600. The Tango T600 is an American electric car that looks like a motorcycle but performs like a supercar. Instead of sitting side by side, the 2 passengers sit in tandem, one behind the other, similar to a fighter jet cockpit. It weighs around 3,500 lb, which is lighter than most conventional cars, though much of that weight comes from its battery. What makes it stand out is its unusual body shape. It's about as long as a typical car, but only 5't" tall and 3'ft" wide, proportions that look extremely unconventional to most people. For long-distance travel, this car isn't exactly ideal. However, it can accelerate from 0 to 100 km/h in just 3.2 seconds, faster than a Porsche 911 off the line. In heavily congested cities, especially in parts of the US, this car could actually be a practical solution.